The memorial sculpture for Scott Liggett will be placed in the Jarvis Creek Park. The titles of the sculptures all relate to different types of waves. As Scott was influenced by the water, so am I. I took the opportunity to, in a poetic manner, research different names of different types of waves. I grew up on the waters of New England, Maine, New York, New Hampshire, and I find myself here in the South. I love to create work for the civic space. I find that public sculpture brings the people outdoors to an opportunity to engage with art beyond the museum walls. The imagery that I use in my work relates to transformation and change. It's my intention that the sculpture in the Jarvis Creek Park creates the space that people have an opportunity to be with one another in their own transformation and change, and enjoy the stillness and the beauty of nature.
It is a welcoming piece of sculpture. We hope we'll get other pieces of sculpture out here, but I think it is the perfect location for people to come and sit and admire and to read about it and to enjoy this beautiful piece of property and enjoy this welcoming piece of sculpture.
I think this sculpture, being kind of the first really big piece we're going to have at this park, really sets a beautiful standard for what we want to have all around the whole acreage, which is 77 glorious acres of space. So there's a lot of space for statues and for public art. And I think the public art piece of it, when we were thinking about being able to bring in such a nice piece, is what was a really big part of the discussion then. So I think this is a great kickoff for what's going to come with the art here at Legacy Park.
This wonderful sculpture, Sacred Sunset Spiral, I was kind of on the fence about it, right? And I was just like, I like it, and then it just totally just took on a whole mind of its own and warmed up, and it just kind of sculpted its way into becoming a piece of the office. So, you know, it adds character, and it brings prestige. It's something other than the ordinary.
I think I saw it 5 years ago, and I was just like, I love it. And then it went on the belt line, and it looked as though I couldn't get it. It seemed so far off, and then somehow we made it work 5 years later. I love it, and I am happy every day that I drive in. I think I look at the sculpture before I look at the building. And I'll tell you, the biggest thing is love, because I could have had this in my backyard, and then a select few people could see it. But I talked to a friend of mine, and we were talking about when I was thinking about purchasing it, and we talked about the fact that we could have public art. And really, I'm an art collector, so many pieces I've collected. But this is one of my favorites, right? And I get to share the love I have for this work and the person who created it, which is you, with the world. So people get to walk by and know that I care about them, that I want to share this love of art, this love of beauty with them. It like shows to me that this piece belongs to the community.
It looks like it was made for this house. I mean, it is so gorgeous and dramatic and beautiful. And it's just going to be such a pleasure to walk in this room every day and see that. I'm really excited about it. And you know, I got the idea from that postcard you sent me that had a smaller, sort of different, but the same pieces on it. And it's just fabulous. It's just better than I could have imagined.
I had the opportunity to work with my hands very often. So I enjoyed using the hammer and the instruction, because I think art is so important. So it was putting a little piece of me into something that I'm going to be seeing for years.
Coming to the studio for me was a great experience. I'm very interested in art. I've never had the opportunity before to do any metalworking, so that was a completely new experience for me. I loved it. The thought of the tree being installed and actually being able to go there is just mind-blowing, that I'll be able to see this incredibly beautiful piece of art not very far from our house that we were able to contribute to. And I can just imagine the leaves, like the little tingle of the leaves, and looking to see which ones I made and looking which ones maybe flow or move with the air better, so that next time I do this, I can make even better leaves.
What I get out of the experience of working with people from the community is I get the joy and delight that they get, and it becomes almost contagious. Because here are these people who may sit at a desk working at a computer all day long, or whatever their job is, right? And they have an opportunity to come in and work with their hands. And I get to see their delight. I get to see their wonder. And I get to see how special it is, what I take for granted, what I do every day.
My intention is for the viewers to find themselves in my work. For me, creating work is a meditative process. This is where wonder lives and grows. The images that I use in my work relate to the journey of life, both observed and experiences. My surroundings and experiences also influence the materials that I use, as well as the process. Copper is a metal that is very connected to the sea. It is oftentimes used in nautical environments, on boats, and it patinas in a beautiful way near the water. I hope that these sculptures bring people joy, and I am appreciative of the opportunity to create a piece for this park.